Hey, welcome back. We are now up to the third question in part 5 of our beginning Python course, while loops. This one is actually a little bit trickier. There's a lot going on here. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're just going to read the question. We're going to figure out the different parts. And then we're going to try to put it all together because there is a lot going on. There's some new things, some things you would have seen before. Okay, let's go. Write a program to play Guess the Number game. First, the program needs to generate a random integer, number between 1 and 100, I guess, inclusive. Then it asks the user to key in a number and checks to see if they have correctly guessed the number. If yes, congratulate them, otherwise give the user a message to tell them if the guess was too high or too low. The program should loop back to ask for the next guess until the user is correct. Okay, so we need to keep track of the guesses so far? Not yet. Let's do the simple version first and then do those two extensions. Right. Okay. First thing, we need to make a random number. That's not something we've done before. So let's take a look at the reference. There is a random module in Python. Just like we imported math, we can also import random. There is lots and lots going on here. Oh my god. Well, Weibull variate, normal variate. What are these things? What's a Gauss? What's a triangular random? Okay, you don't need to worry about this. In fact, you will probably never have to worry about this. The thing that I want you to worry about is this here, rand range. Random range. So you know how to use the range function. We used it lots and lots in our for loops. This function, rand range, picks a random number from a range like you might give the range function. So say, for example, and I will try to step out of the way here, return a number between 3 and 9. Well, import random, because we have to import that module. Like I said, back in our for loops, Python has to do with importing quite a lot. If you want some of those more advanced features, you have to import them in. So we're importing random and we're printing random dot rand range 3, 9. What does that dot syntax mean? That means that rand range lives within the random module. Okay. And rand range is built. So if you just think about range 3 to 9, you know what that looks like. That looks like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it. It doesn't include 9. Rand range will pick one of those numbers randomly, and that's great. That's exactly what we want. Okay. So let's go to our. Let's go here. Let's just get that working. Let's import random, and let's go print random dot rand range. Random dot rand range, and we want it between 1, because we don't want to include 0, and we want it to be 101, because we want 100 to be included. Okay, go. What did it pick? Pick 59. Cool. 80. 71. 5. 39. Each time I'm getting a different number from that range. Success. Okay. So let's not print it out because that would give the game away. Let's call it num. Num equals random.random range between 1 and 100. What do we need to do now? Well, we need to get a guess from the user. So let's call it input equals an integer input guess the number, and let's do a space and a dash n. Oh, wrong dash. dash n slash n. Okay, now we need a loop. Now our code needs to loop and loop and loop and loop until we get that number right. So we need to say while. Actually, not imp. That's terrible. Let's call it guess. Guess. Guess is a much better variable name for that. While guess doesn't equal. How do we say is not equal to? In Python, we use this little exclamation mark equal sign. I hope I'm getting that right. I hope I'm not getting confused with JavaScript there. Exclamation mark. Whoa, there we go. Exclamation mark equal sign is not equal to. While guess is not equal to number, the number that our computer generated, we need to say if guess is bigger than num, say your print your guess was what? Your guess was too high. Take that, copy it, paste it, line those tabs up. Oh, line those tabs up. If you don't line those tabs up, it will complain at you. They need to be inside the while loop, but inside the while loop, but only tabbed one in. Okay, watch the tabbing. Can I swap these sides around? I really want to be able to swap these sides around, but I cannot. I am standing in the way. Let's hide it. Like that. Right, if guess is lower than num, print. Gosh, I have never made that mistake before, but I did today, and I look silly. Your guess was too high. If guess is less than num, your guess was too low. Cool. Those are our only two options. Now, if you ran this code as it is, you've created an infinite while loop. You will crash your program. This is why we need to save regularly. If I tried to run this now, it would crash my browser and I would lose it. Because I've created that infinite loop, what do I need? I need to go back and I need to get input from the user again. And watch that tabbing. Watch that tabbing there. That tabbing, it needs to be inside the while loop. Yeah? Cool. I'm just going to drop this random range now down to 10 just while we demonstrate it, or else we'll be here forever. I'll make that a little bit smaller so you can all see it. Okay. Now, if we actually do guess the number, what do we need to have happen? We need to print well done. You got it. Okay. That is the whole code so far, so you can see it. Let's run it. Guess the number. 10. Your guess was too high. Guess the number. 3. Your guess was too low. I guess it must be 6. It was still too low. 7. 8. Well done, you got it. It picked 8, and you see how we were stuck in that loop forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and we could have looped around that loop as often as we wanted, and the only way to get out of that loop was to get the number correct, and then it finished executing that loop and went to, well done, you got it. Just getting used to the flow of these programs is really, really important. Cool. Should we do some extensions? Extension 1, count the number of guesses so far. That shouldn't be too hard. We need, let's go GUE guesses is equal to 1 because we have had one guess so far. Then each time we get another guess, we need to guesses need to go plus equal to 1. Well done, you got it. Let's go /n. It took, oh no, I'm not going to do that. Well, I'm committed. I'm committed now. Let's do it. Why not? Well done, you got it. It took that many guesses. Dot format. And what do we need in there? Guesses. There. That is the whole code so far with a counter added. Whoa. And we're back. Okay. And run that. Where's my mouse? Guess the number. It's 2. Your guess was too low. It might be 4. Number was too high. Well, I guess it's going to be 3. Well done, you got it. It took 3 guesses. Get rid of that space there. Maybe capitalize that one. Cool. One more extension. What is it? Extension 2. Limit the number of guesses that can be attempted. Okay. How are we going to add that into our program? Well, it needs to be here in our while loop. If the guess is not equal to number, what do we need to do? We need to say, we could do a check inside our while loop. While guess is not equal to number and guesses is less than 3. Now we've got 2 ways we can get down here. We can get down here because we got the number, or we can get down here because we ran out of guesses. So we need an if statement to check one way or the other. So let's put this just so you can see it above my head. If guess double, you're in front of my head again. If guess double equals none, then we want to do this stuff. I'm going to highlight that whole thing and just push tab, and now it's living inside that if statement. And we're going if, and if that's not true, well, that must mean we ran out of guesses. Those are the only 2 ways we can get to this part of the program. So if guess isn't equal to none, then we've run out of guesses. So you need to say, so print, sorry, you didn't make it in time. And I'm going to highlight that whole thing, and I'm going to put it in double quotes. Why am I going to put it in double quotes? Because I have this apostrophe here that would cause problems otherwise. Okay, now with a limit on our guesses, guess the number, 4. Your number was too high, I guess it was 1. Wow, I got it. It took 2 guesses. That's actually not what I was going for. Guess the number, 8. Your guess was too high. Let's guess 8 again. Your guess was too high. Let's guess 8 again. Sorry, you didn't make it in time. That looks like a complete program. We are able to get some input from the user, check if it's correct, celebrate if we get it, or mourn our lack of guessing skills if we don't get it in the right number of guesses. And you have total control over this. If you want to make it like it says 101, you can do that. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. Maybe you could extend this even further by saying you're getting warmer or you're getting colder, maybe. Maybe you could change it to even numbers. Maybe you could change it to odd numbers. All sorts of ways that you could extend this still. Cool. That's a guessing game.